It's pure chaos in the Blueface Chrisean universe once again, and this time, it's on a whole new level of madness. Just days after Blueface's shocking release from prison, drama erupted in ways no one saw coming. What was supposed to be a quiet welcome home celebration turned into an explosive brawl that had fans clutching their phones in disbelief. According to multiple witnesses, Chrisean Rock, yes, that Chrisean, completely lost control and went off on none other than Karlissa's bodyguard. You heard that right, Karlissa Saffold, Blueface's outspoken mother, allegedly tried to keep things calm, but her own hired muscle got caught up in the storm when Chrisean's temper took center stage. The tension had been brewing for weeks, and when Blueface stepped back into the world, emotions ran higher than ever. Cameras caught glimpses of the confrontation, but what happened behind the scenes is what's really sending social media into a frenzy. Screams, accusations, and chaos filled the air as family loyalties shattered right in front of everyone. Fans are calling it one of the most shocking post-prison moments in celebrity drama history. But the real question is, what pushed Chrisean over the edge this time? And how far did things really go once the cameras stopped rolling? It all started the moment Blueface walked out of those prison gates, flashing that signature grin that had fans both excited and nervous. The internet had already exploded with rumors about his release, and everyone knew one thing for sure: if Blueface was home, Chrisean Rock wasn't going to be far behind. Cameras captured her waiting near the gate, pacing back and forth, tears glistening under her lashes. The second she saw him, she ran straight into his arms. For a brief second, it looked like a happy reunion. But anyone who knows their story knows peace doesn't last long in their world. At first, everything seemed fine. Blueface posted on his story, laughing, flexing his chains, saying how good it felt to be free again. Chrisean was right beside him, smiling wide, holding their baby, trying to look like the perfect family. But behind that smile, people close to them said Chrisean was boiling inside. She had been through months of public humiliation while Blueface was behind bars, rumors of him talking to other women, messages that allegedly leaked, and most of all, his mother, Karlissa, stirring the pot online every single day. Karlissa had been on live after live, calling Chrisean unstable, toxic, and even blaming her for Blueface's legal troubles. And now, as fate would have it, they were all about to be under one roof again. The welcome home gathering was supposed to be a small get-together. Just family, a few close friends, and some cameras because, let's be honest, nothing in Blueface's world happens without a camera somewhere nearby. It was held at a rented mansion in Law, with music blasting, bottles popping, and people acting like they were in a music video. But tension hung in the air thicker than smoke. Karlissa arrived with her new bodyguard, a tall, muscular man with a serious face who looked like he wasn't there to play games. Everyone noticed how she strutted in like she owned the place. Chrisean tried to ignore her, but her eyes followed every move. It didn't take long for words to start flying. Karlissa made a few shady comments about how she hoped some people could behave this time and not embarrass the family again. Chrisean laughed at first, sipping her drink, but you could tell it was getting under her skin. Blueface was busy talking to friends, acting oblivious, but the way his shoulders tensed said it all. He felt it coming too. Then, as if on cue, the baby started crying. Chrisean went to calm him down, but Karlissa rolled her eyes and muttered something about how some people don't know how to raise a child. Everyone nearby froze. One of Blueface's friends tried to change the subject, but Chrisean turned around, eyes blazing. "What you say?" she asked, voice low but trembling with anger. "I said what I said," Karlissa shot back, crossing her arms. "Maybe if you focused on being a mother instead of fighting online every week, the baby wouldn't be screaming." That's when the energy in the room shifted completely. Chrisean put the baby down gently with a friend and started walking toward Karlissa. The bodyguard immediately stepped forward, holding out his hand like he was expecting trouble. "You better back up," Chrisean said, glaring up at him. "This between me and her, not you." But Karlissa smirked, hiding behind him like a queen behind her wall of protection. "My son don't need no messy woman causing scenes," she said. You've been drama since day one. Look around, Chrisean, nobody here likes you. The bodyguard tried to tell her to calm down, saying, "Ma'am, please, let's not do this here," but it was too late. Chrisean wasn't hearing a single word. Her hands were shaking, her chest heaving. She took one step closer and the bodyguard gently placed his hand in front of her to stop her from moving forward. That's when everything exploded. "Don't touch me," Chrisean yelled, slapping his hand away. The sound of her voice sliced through the music. Everyone turned to look. The tension that had been simmering all night finally boiled over. The bodyguard tried to stay calm, but she pushed past him, and in an instant, chaos erupted. People screamed, someone dropped a bottle, and before anyone could process what was happening, Chrisean swung at him. It wasn't a weak hit, it landed square across his face, and the whole room gasped. The bodyguard stumbled back, not expecting it, but he didn't fight back. Blueface jumped up from the couch, yelling, "Yo, chill. Chill," trying to pull her away, but she wasn't hearing him. "He put his hands on me," she shouted, voice breaking. "Nobody touch me like that." "Ain't nobody touch you," Karlissa screamed back. "You always gotta make a scene, Chrisean. Always." Phones came out instantly. People started recording, screaming, trying to capture every second. Blueface was stuck in the middle, his mother yelling on one side, his girl swinging on the other, and his freedom hanging by a thread just days after walking out of prison. He tried to grab Chrisean's arms, but she jerked away, shouting through tears, "You don't even defend me. You let them disrespect me every single time. This ain't the time," he snapped, voice tight. "You trippin'." But that only made it worse. Chrisean turned to face him, her voice cracking, "You been locked up for months and the first thing you do is let your mom talk crazy to me?" People nearby started whispering. Some were trying to calm the baby, others were backing away. The bodyguard, his cheek red from the hit, stood frozen, clearly unsure what to do. He kept saying, "I ain't trying to fight you," but Chrisean wasn't backing down. Karlissa, meanwhile, started yelling for someone to get this girl out of my son's house. She pointed at Chrisean, her face red with fury. "You don't belong here." Blueface's cousin tried to step in, saying, "Yo, let's take this outside before the neighbors call the cops," but Chrisean just laughed bitterly. "Go ahead, call them. They already know his name." The room went silent for a second after that. It was the kind of silence that made everyone hold their breath. Chrisean realized what she'd said, the one thing Blueface didn't want to hear, the one reminder of the time he just did. He stared at her, hurt flashing across his face. "So that's how you feel?" he asked quietly. "Maybe it is," she shot back. For a few seconds, no one moved. Then, without warning, the baby started crying again, breaking the tension. Chrisean turned away, wiping her face, whispering, "I'm done," under her breath. But even as she said it, you could see the storm wasn't over, not by a long shot. Because just when everyone thought it was about to calm down, Karlissa's bodyguard muttered something that set it all off again. He looked at Chrisean and said, "You should be ashamed, acting like this in front of your kid." The room erupted again the moment those words left his mouth. The atmosphere, already tense, turned suffocating. Chrisean froze for half a second, then her head snapped toward the bodyguard with a glare that could burn through steel. People standing around knew that look, the look she got right before all hell broke loose. Blueface took a hesitant step forward, holding out a hand, but it was too late. Chrisean's emotions had already spilled past the point of control. "Say that again," she said quietly, voice trembling with fury. "Go ahead, say that again." The bodyguard shifted uncomfortably, his tone calmer now. "Look, I didn't mean it like that. I'm just saying." But before he could finish, Chrisean shoved him hard in the chest. He stumbled back into a table, knocking over bottles that shattered across the floor. Gasps filled the air. Karlissa screamed, "Somebody stop her," and ran toward her son, yelling that she was calling the cops. Blueface, torn between protecting his mom and calming Chrisean down, grabbed Chrisean's arm. "Yo, you need to chill, you trippin' right now," he said, his voice sharp but pleading. "Don't tell me to chill," she shouted, shaking free from his grip. "You let your mom talk crazy, you let her man talk down on me, and I'm supposed to stand here quiet?" Karlissa pointed a shaking finger at her. "You out here embarrassing my family name again. My son just got out and this what you do? You don't bring peace, girl, you bring problems." "You call this peace?" Chrisean yelled back. "You been talking trash about me since day one. Every time something go wrong, you blame me. You don't even like that he love me." The baby's cries echoed from the corner where one of Blueface's cousins held him, trying to shield him from the chaos. People in the background whispered things like, "This is wild, she really losing it. And they need to stop before cops pull up." And then, as if the universe decided to pour gasoline on fire, the bodyguard tried to step between them again. He raised his hands and said, "Listen, everyone calm down, let's just..." But Chrisean lunged, swinging at him again. This time, he blocked her arm, but that only made things worse. Blueface's friend shouted, "Yo, yo, yo, she gone crazy." People tried to pull her back, but she was shouting, crying, struggling to break free. "He keep putting his hands on me. Why nobody see that?" Blueface yelled, "He didn't touch you like that, Rock, stop it." His voice cracked, showing a mix of panic and exhaustion. The situation was spiraling fast. And then, in a move that shocked everyone, Chrisean grabbed one of the broken bottlenecks from the floor and pointed it toward the bodyguard. "I said back off," she screamed. Her hand was shaking, her eyes wide. The room froze. Nobody dared to move. Karlissa covered her mouth, whispering, "Lord, please no," over and over. The bodyguard stayed perfectly still, hands up, saying, "Put that down, I'm not here to fight you." Blueface slowly walked up to her, voice low and pleading. "Rock, give me that. You don't want to do this. They'll lock you up, you hear me? We just got me back, you can't go down now." His words seemed to pierce through the noise. For a moment, she hesitated. Her breathing slowed, her grip loosened slightly. But just as it seemed she might drop it, Karlissa muttered under her breath, "She don't got it in her to be a real woman anyway." The words hit like a grenade. Chrisean's hand tightened again, her whole body trembling. "Say that again," she whispered. Blueface turned to his mom. "Ma, stop talking. Please, stop." But Karlissa wasn't the type to back down. She's not a woman, she's a walking headline. All she do is fight, cry, and play victim. Before anyone could stop her, Chrisean threw the broken glass aside and charged at Karlissa. The bodyguard stepped in front of her, arms open to block her path, but Chrisean's momentum slammed into him. They both fell to the ground, knocking over a chair. Screams filled the room. People rushed to pull them apart, Blueface yelling for everyone to get out. "Get out my house. All y'all get out," his voice echoed off the walls. The bodyguard managed to push himself up, his shirt torn. He looked at Chrisean, breathing hard, saying, "You need help." Those 3 words broke something inside her. Tears spilled down her face as she shouted, "You don't know me. You don't know what I've been through." She turned toward Blueface, eyes full of hurt. "This what you wanted? Me humiliated in front of everybody? Your mom calling me crazy again, and you just stand there?" Blueface rubbed his face, pacing. "I didn't ask for this. You keep making it worse." The house was in chaos, broken glass, spilled liquor, people arguing, others sneaking out to avoid being involved. Outside, flashing lights from a neighbor's phone recording could be seen through the window. Someone was definitely going to leak this. "Yo, cameras outside," one friend warned. "They caught all this, bro." Blueface cursed under his breath. "Man, not again." He turned back to Chrisean, voice heavy. "Look, we need to go. Before cops come, before this turns into something else. But she shook her head, crying harder now. Go where? You don't even want me no more. He reached out, trying to hold her hand, but she stepped back. You let them disrespect me. Your mom, her bodyguard, all of them. And now you standing there like I'm the problem? He sighed. Rock, you just hit my mom's security. You are the problem right now. Those words hit her like a slap. She blinked, stunned. So that's what I am to you? For a long moment, neither said anything. The music had stopped, everyone had gone silent, waiting for what would happen next. Karlissa, clutching her phone, whispered, I'm done with both of them, before storming out, her bodyguard following her, wiping his face with a towel. As the door slammed, Chrisean whispered, she always wins. She always finds a way to make you hate me. Blueface didn't answer. He just stared at the floor, jaw tight. And that's when the police sirens began to wail faintly in the distance. People started scattering, whispering, they really called them, and this about to go viral. Blueface grabbed his phone, muttering, nah, we gotta go. We can't let them catch this on record. He looked up at her, saying softly, come on, Rock. Please. But Chrisean didn't move. Her eyes were fixed on the door where Karlissa had just disappeared. She whispered under her breath, she think this over. But it ain't over. And that's exactly where the next chapter of chaos began to unfold. Outside, the night air was thick with noise and flashing lights. Blueface Mansion, once filled with laughter and music, was now surrounded by chaos. The distant sound of police sirens was growing louder by the second, echoing through the hills. Phones were out everywhere, neighbors, party guests, and even random onlookers were recording the aftermath. Clips were already hitting social media with captions like Chrisean loses it again and Blueface just got out and already in drama. It was a circus, and the whole internet was about to tune in. Inside, Blueface was pacing back and forth, trying to figure out what to do. His voice was sharp, panicked, and tired all at once. Yo, we gotta dip before they get here. I'm not going back inside no cell for this, Rock, he muttered, running his hands through his hair. Chrisean, still trembling, was sitting on the floor near the broken glass, eyes red, makeup smeared from crying. She wasn't saying anything, just staring blankly at the mess around her. One of Blueface's cousins, clearly nervous, whispered, bro, cops already on the way. Somebody outside said Karlissa called them herself. Blueface turned around fast, his expression snapping from shock to anger. She called the cops? On me? After all that? Nah, not you, bro, the cousin said quickly. She said it was about her bodyguard being assaulted. Said Chrisean attacked him. The silence that followed was heavy. Chrisean finally looked up, her voice breaking. She really did that? After all the stuff she put me through, now she tryna get me locked up? Blueface clenched his jaw. I told you she don't play fair. This what she do. She don't care who she gotta hurt long as she get her way. So what now? Chrisean asked, standing up slowly. What now? Blueface repeated, staring at her like he didn't even know. Now we gotta figure out how to fix this before it turns into something we can't come back from. He walked to the window, peeking outside. Red and blue lights flickered in the distance, getting closer. They almost here. Yo, we gotta go out the back. I ain't tryna get caught up in no statements. But Chrisean didn't move. She stood there, arms crossed, voice low but sharp. You gonna run again? Like you always do when things get real? Blueface turned, frustration in his eyes. Nah, don't start that. This ain't about me running. This about keeping both of us free. You already got a target on your back. You hit a man on camera, Rock. This ain't no lil fight, they gonna use this to bury you. She laughed bitterly. So what, you gonna leave me here to take the fall? He hesitated, the silence between them louder than any words. I'm just saying we both gotta move smart. If you go out there wildin', they not gonna care who started it. They just gonna see you swingin' again. Her hands balled into fists. I wouldn't have to swing if people stopped disrespecting me, she yelled. Her voice cracked, raw and filled with pain. I've been fighting since the day I met you, Blue. Fighting for you, fighting your mom, fighting the whole damn world. When do I get peace? Blueface's voice softened for the first time that night. You get peace when you stop letting everything turn into a war. That made her stop for a second. Her breathing slowed. The anger in her eyes dimmed, replaced by something heavier, hurt. You don't get it, she whispered. I can't stop fighting because every time I try to love you, somebody comes for me. Your mom, your fans, the blogs, they all hate me. And you just watch. Blueface looked at her, eyes flickering with guilt. You think this easy for me? I'm stuck in the middle, Rock. I got my mom on one side and you on the other, both pulling me apart. Before she could respond, there was a loud knock on the front door. Everyone froze. A voice outside shouted, LAPD. Open up. The room filled with whispers and panic. One of the guests whispered, Bro, they already here. You gotta answer before they break in. Blueface took a deep breath, glancing at Chrisean. Let me handle this, he said quietly. She shook her head. They not talking me. Rock. They not talking me, she yelled again, backing away toward the back door. Blueface sighed, walking to the front door and opening it just a few inches. Two officers stood there, flashlights cutting through the darkness. One of them spoke in a calm, practiced tone. We received a report of an altercation and possible assault at this residence. Is everything under control here? Blueface forced a smile, his voice calm but tight. Yeah, it's all good, officer. Just a misunderstanding. Everybody's fine. The officer looked over his shoulder into the house. Mind if we come in and confirm that? Blueface hesitated. Nah, it's private property. But I can tell you straight up, ain't nobody hurt. And that's when Karlissa's voice came from behind the officers. He's lying. My bodyguard got hit in the face, and my granddaughter was right there. She's dangerous. Chrisean froze when she heard that voice. Her eyes went wide. She really brought them here, she whispered. The cops looked past Blueface and saw her standing near the back of the living room, tears streaking down her face. One of them immediately said, Ma'am, we just need to talk to you. Please step forward. Blueface tried to block their view. Yo, she's emotional right now. Let her calm down, man. Sir, if she doesn't come forward, we'll have to enter, the officer replied firmly. The tension was unbearable. Chrisean looked from the cops to Blueface, then back to the floor. You really gonna let them take me, she asked, her voice trembling. Nobody talking you, Blueface said quickly, his tone desperate now. We gon' figure this out. But Karlissa kept yelling outside. She attacked him. I got it on camera. The crowd outside gasped. Phones went up again, flashes going off. Videos of the bodyguard holding his bruised cheek were already being passed around online. Social media was exploding in real time. Hashtags like Chrisean Wild Again and Blueface Drama Part 999 were trending. Chrisean took one shaky step forward, then stopped. She won't stop until I'm gone, she whispered to herself. The cops took a step inside, cautiously approaching. Ma'am, we need you to stay calm and talk to us. If you cooperate, this can be handled easily. But she wasn't hearing them. Her mind was somewhere else, somewhere dark. Memories of her past fights, her mistakes, the constant judgment, and now, betrayal from the one person she tried to see as family. It all came crashing down at once. She whispered, almost to herself, I'm tired of being the villain. Blueface reached for her hand again, his voice breaking. Then stop acting like one, Rock. Just come with me. She looked up at him, eyes full of tears. It's too late for that. And before he could respond, she turned and walked toward the back door, pushing it open into the night. The police shouted for her to stop, but she kept walking. Flashes from cameras outside lit up her face as she stepped into the chaos of flashing lights and screaming voices. The entire neighborhood watched as she stood there, surrounded by flashing red and blue, tears streaming down her face. Blueface followed her outside, his voice echoing. "Rock, please, don't make it worse." But deep down, they both knew the night had already gone too far. And just when everyone thought it was over, Karlissa stepped forward from the shadows and said something that would ignite everything all over again. Karlissa stood near the police cars, her phone in hand, recording every second like she'd been waiting for this moment. The bodyguard stood beside her with an ice pack pressed against his cheek, shaking his head but saying nothing. Flashing lights bathed the whole street in red and blue, and the sound of murmuring neighbors filled the air. Chrisean was standing in the middle of it all, barefoot, makeup smeared, her hands trembling but her head held high. She looked like a storm that had already done its damage but was still dangerous enough to strike again. And then Karlissa opened her mouth. "See," she said loudly, talking to the cops but looking straight at Chrisean. "I told y'all. This girl's unstable. She needs to be taken away before she hurts somebody for real. Look what she did to my man." The bodyguard mumbled, "I'm fine, ma'am, really," but Karlissa ignored him. She was feeding off the attention, raising her voice for the cameras. "This the same girl who's been fighting everybody, even her own man. She dangerous." That was the moment Chrisean snapped again, her voice sharp and shaking. "You keep talking like you didn't start all this. You been disrespecting me since day one, lady. And you keep hiding behind people cause you know I ain't gonna hit no old woman." Karlissa gasped dramatically, hand to her chest. "Oh, so now I'm the problem? I'm the one who got hit?" Blueface rubbed his face, pacing between them. "Ma, please, stop. You making it worse. They already got cameras on us. Just let it go." "Let it go," she shouted back. "I tried to protect my son from this chaos. You been blind ever since she came into your life. She ruining you." "No," Chrisean said, stepping forward, voice low but deadly calm now. "I made him better. You just can't handle that your son don't need you to control him anymore." The crowd gasped. Someone whispered, "Oh, she bold for that." Blueface eyes darted between them. "Yo, y'all need to stop this now. Like for real." But nobody was listening. Karlissa took a step closer to the cops, waving her phone around. "She assaulted my bodyguard in front of witnesses. Arrest her." The officer sighed, clearly tired of the drama. "Ma'am, if you want to press charges, we can take a statement, but we'll need everyone calm first." Chrisean folded her arms, glaring. "You really gonna do that? After everything? You'd rather see me locked up than see your son happy?" Karlissa smiled, the kind of smile that wasn't kind at all. "Baby, I'd rather see him free from you." Blueface turned on his mom, voice rising. "Yo, what is wrong with you? You supposed to be happy I'm home, and you startin' a war my first week out? What kinda mom does that?" The whole street went quiet. Even Karlissa's smirk faded. She blinked, taken aback. "Excuse me?" "Nah, you heard me," he said, stepping closer. "You been doing this since day one, making it all about you. You mad cause I don't jump when you say jump? You mad cause I got somebody who don't take your crap?" Karlissa's voice cracked. "I'm mad because I raised you better than this. You out here throwing your life away for someone who don't respect you or herself." Chrisean let out a small laugh, shaking her head. "You keep talking about respect like you ever showed me any. You went online talking about me every day while I was pregnant. Called me names, told the world I was trash. But now you wanna act like a victim? Blueface turned to Chrisean, frustration etched all over his face. Both of y'all soundin' crazy right now. We supposed to be a family, but y'all actin' like enemies. And that's when the baby started crying again from inside the house. The sound cut through the tension like a blade. For a moment, everyone froze. The fight, the noise, the flashing lights, it all stopped mattering. Blueface's cousin came out, holding the baby carefully, saying, "Yo, somebody need to take him. He been crying the whole time." Chrisean's whole body softened as she rushed over, scooping the baby into her arms. Her voice cracked when she whispered, "It's okay, Mama's here." The sight made even some of the cops lower their eyes, uncomfortable at how raw it all looked. Blueface watched quietly, rubbing the back of his neck. "See," he said softly, more to himself than anyone else, "this what we supposed to be. Not all this drama, not all this hate." But Karlissa wasn't done. Her voice came again, harsh and bitter. "Yeah, real motherly moment, right after she attacked a man. That's great for the baby." Chrisean turned, holding her son tight. "You talk about me like I ain't human. I make mistakes, yeah, but at least I don't hide mine behind fake prayers and lies." Blueface snapped, "Yo, that's enough," his voice cracked with exhaustion. "Both of y'all chill before I lose it for real." The cops started stepping in, one of them speaking into his radio, another trying to guide people away. "Everyone needs to separate. This is getting out of control," one officer said. The bodyguard, still standing quietly, finally spoke up. "Look, I ain't pressing charges," he said firmly. "It got out of hand, but I don't need all this. I'm good." Everyone turned to look at him. Even Karlissa was stunned. "What? After she hit you?" He nodded. "Yeah. It's over. I'm not trying to drag this out. I just want peace." The officer nodded and said, "Understood." For the first time that night, the tension eased just a little. The cops began stepping back toward their cars. People started dispersing, still recording, still gossiping. The flashing lights began to fade. Blueface looked at the bodyguard and said, "Respect, man. Appreciate that." Chrisean, still holding her baby, whispered, "Thank you." The man gave a small nod and walked off, leaving Karlissa standing there, speechless. For a long moment, nobody said anything. The only sound was the wind and the faint crying of the baby. Finally, Blueface walked up to his mom and said quietly, "Ma, I love you, but you gotta stop doing this. You almost cost me everything again." Karlissa blinked back tears, trying to hold on to her pride. "I just wanted to protect you." "Then let me live," he said softly. "You can't protect me if you keep destroying everything around me." She looked down, silent. For the first time, she didn't have a comeback. Chrisean watched from a distance, holding her son tighter. When Blueface turned toward her, their eyes met. There was pain there, but also something softer, understanding, maybe even regret. "You good?" he asked. She nodded slowly. "I just want peace, Blue. For real this time." He sighed, nodding back. "Then let's try to make that happen." As the police cars finally drove away, the street fell quiet again. The crowd disappeared. Only the broken glass on the ground and the heavy silence remained. Karlissa walked to her car without another word, the bodyguard opening the door for her. She glanced back once at her son, her face unreadable, then drove off into the night. Chrisean stood there under the streetlight, rocking her baby, whispering softly to him. Blueface walked over, wrapping his arms around both of them. For the first time in a long time, there was no yelling, no chaos, just silence and exhaustion. But deep down, everyone who witnessed it knew this wasn't the end. Because in the world of Blueface and Chrisean, peace never lasts long. And as the cameras kept rolling from a distance, the internet was already setting the stage for the next round of drama that was sure to come. And just like that, the Blueface and Chrisean saga takes another wild turn that no one could have seen coming. After the fight, after the tears, and after all the apologies that may or may not have been real, one thing is certain: nothing in this family will ever be the same again. Fans are still divided, wondering who to side with. Some say Chrisean went too far, that she crossed every line possible. Others believe she was pushed to her limit, defending her man from years of disrespect and manipulation. Social media can't stop talking about it. Clips from that night are everywhere, each one showing a different angle, a different truth, and a different reason for everyone to keep arguing in the comments. Blueface, on the other hand, seems torn between love and loyalty. He's trying to play peacemaker, but deep down, even he knows this fight exposed everything wrong with his family dynamic. Karlissa is standing her ground, making sure her story is heard, while Chrisean is still doubling down, telling fans she did what she had to do. It's messy, emotional, and chaotic, exactly what everyone expects whenever this crew is involved. As the dust settles, rumors are already spreading that a secret sit-down might be happening soon, one that could finally bring peace, or spark the next explosion. Fans are keeping their notifications on, waiting for the next live, the next tweet, or the next leaked video. Because with Blueface, Chrisean, and Karlissa, one thing's for sure: the drama never ends. So what do you think really happened that night? Was Chrisean wrong for losing control, or was she just pushed too far by Blueface's family? Drop your thoughts below, we want to hear what side you're on. And if you've been following this wild roller coaster, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more exclusive updates, and turn on that bell, because this story is far from over. Stay tuned, because when it comes to Blueface and Chrisean, the next episode always hits harder than the last.